So, Sudhir sir, shall we start, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Please start, ma'am.
Nice, sir. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to one and all. I take privilege to call Dr. T. Gauri Manohar, sir, Professor in Department of EEE, SV University, as guest speaker for the session. As we know that every year, December 14th is celebrated as Energy Conservation Day. That is, every year on December 14th, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency under the Ministry of Power celebrates Energy Conservation Day in a bid to raise awareness on the importance of energy conservation for the present as well as the future generations. As part of this occasion, our STTP team planned a special session today by our guest speaker, Dr. T. Gauri Manohar sir, to share the session on energy conservation. Now I call Vaishnavi to start up the program. Vaishnavi?
Yes, ma'am. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. On behalf of EEE Department, Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Tirupati, I am delighted to welcome you all this afternoon. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all here today in AICT-sponsored one-week short-term training program on research trends in renewable photovoltaic system and its research challenges phase 3. So before going to start the session, here are some instructions to follow them. As all the participants are requested to mute your microphones and turn off your cameras, and also suggested to pin the resource person screen. And now it is a great honor to welcome such a noted personality, none other than Dr. Sudhir Kumar sir, Head of the Department, EEE SVC. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. So first of all, it's my pleasure to invite today's guest and resource person, Dr. T. Gauri Manohar sir. So I heartfully thank you for agreeing to act as a resource person for our AICT-sponsored STTP Phase 3. Thank you so much, sir. So participants, as just Lakshmi ma'am has reminded that today is Energy Conservation Day. So on this occasion, Professor Gauri Manohar sir is going to deliver a such session on energy conservation. Please utilize this opportunity and improve your knowledge database. Thank you so much. Lakshmi, please take over the session.
Yes, sir. Vaishnavi, please read the rest of my note.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir. As it's my pleasure to walk through the training and introduce you to the eminent resource person, Dr. T. Gauri Manohar, sir. Is presently working as Associate Professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at Sri Venkateshwara University, College of Engineering, Tirupati. Sir has completed his BTech, MTech and PhD in Electrical and Electronics and Power System Operation and Control at Sri Venkateshwara University, Tirupati. Sir has served many teaching positions and also guided 13 PhD scholars and 19 MTech projects. And now Sir attended 15 national conferences and 20 international conferences. Sir also published 4 national journals and 30 plus international journals, and also organized 11 guest lectures. And now, Sir also designed and established many labs such as Electrical Machines Lab, Control Systems, Network Lab, and also some other too. And now, I request Dr. T. Gauri Manohar, Sir, to take up the session. Welcome, Sir.
So, good afternoon to all of you. So, I feel a great pleasure to interact all of you. So, first of all, let me thank the college administration, college management, and the Department of Degree, HOD, faculty, non-teaching, students, and parents, participants. So, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk a few words about energy conservation. It so happened, without knowing that today is Energy Conservation Day, I promised to give a session on energy conservation. So it is a good day. So my biodata was read by Vaishnavi. So it is actually a world biodata. So the new updated one is not available in the university website, I think. So they might have copied from the old biodata. So presently I am working as a professor for the last 6 years at this university. So I feel that energy conservation is an art topic for present day world, for present day situation. So I have prepared some slides. So if I explain and if you go through the slides, you will definitely appreciate that the energy conservation is a must. So let me proceed with the presentation. So energy conservation, the need of the day. So nothing much to explain about the energy because we are all electrical engineers. So for these slides are prepared for considering that even some non-electrical people may attend this workshop because this energy conservation is a multidisciplinary topic. So you can find some introductory aspects about this energy. So electrical energy has become one of the important commodities, I can call important commodities in our present day life. So we cannot imagine our life without electrical power, electrical energy, even for 1 minute. So we get frustrated if there is a interruption to supply for long time or even a short time. So in the earlier days of development of electricity, nobody was aware of the electrical energy, and the electrical engineers in those days, they used to educate the people to make use of the electrical power that has been generated by them. They used to explain there are so many advantages of using electrical energy. So all of them in those days were educated to use more and more electrical energy. So like that, people accustomed for using electrical energy. But today, the scenario is entirely different. The entire population knows about electrical energy. All of them need electrical energy to a great extent, but the same electrical engineers, they are unable to supply the required amount of power to the population. So day to day, the demand for electrical energy is increasing, and even the conventional sources of energy are getting depleted, and the people are searching for alternate sources. So like this, how long we are going to run? How long and how much distance we are going to run? Is there any limit for that or no limit? So obtaining uninterrupted power supply is important at one stage, In the next stage, getting good quality of supply, that is also has become very important. Getting good quality of supply also has become very important nowadays. So if the supply which you are getting to your premises is uninterrupted and good quality, then only you accept it. And you feel happy to pay the bills, electrical bills. Otherwise, you will restrain to pay the bills. In some remote areas, still people fight against the electrical engineers by not paying the bills in time because of so many interruptions of supply and poor quality of power. So these are some statistical information that is available. So starting from the first 5-year plan till now, that is down the growth 5-year plan. What was the energy generated? Sorry. So what is the present day requirement? What are the various sources of electrical energy? All those things. So these are the statistical data. So even today, most of the people are not realizing that demand is increasing, generation is not increasing in the same ratio. So should we proceed in the same way even for future? Should we proceed in the same way for the future? That people have to think. So in some countries, there may be power balance, energy balance. That means they will be having enough resources to supply whatever the demand that is present and whatever the demand that may come in future. But in our country, especially the developing countries, sorry. Sorry. So in developing countries, especially in India, the situation is very tough, very difficult. The demand is more, supply is less. And for that reason, frequently will be undergoing power interruptions. Especially the situation will be still worse in summer. Nearly 4 to 6 hours. There will be power interruption in urban areas. And nearly 8 to 10 hours there will be power interruption in rural areas. That is the situation in India. So this is energy pyramid. So majority of supply, the majority of power, or majority of energy is obtained from our conventional sources like coal, gas, oil, etc. And a limited portion of energy is obtained from renewable sources, solar, hydro, biomass, wind, geothermal, etc. And apart from these two, the first two which I have mentioned, that is extracting energy from conventional and non-conventional sources. This is in the hands of the electrical engineers. It is in the hands of the electrical engineers. But the topmost point, that is energy conservation, it is in the customer's hand. It is in the customer's hand. So if you think of conservation and use the electrical energy very limitedly, then probably we did not go for even these renewable sources. With the existing conventional sources itself, we can manage the situation. People have to think in this direction. So it is the duty of every electrical engineer whether he may be working in field or he may be working in teaching line or research line. It is the duty of a electrical engineer to educate the remaining people about conservation of the So, if you see this sessions, so left hand side, if you see, it is a creative adaptation, change habits, innovations. On right hand side, optimization of energy utilization, minimizing waste, intelligent management. So, all these things, they are part of the energy conservation. So, generating power is on one side. The other side of the coin is how to limitedly use that energy generated and save the whatever energy sources that are available. It may be conventional or non-conventional. So coming to the definition of this energy conservation. Energy conservation is nothing but the strategic use of energy in order to reduce the energy requirements per unit output. Energy conservation is nothing but the strategic use of energy in order to reduce the energy requirements per unit output. So we will see in different sectors how much energy is being consumed. I have a slide. I will show you. Yes. This is some approximate information, not exact. So the energy consumed by various devices. This is only in residential sector. So regarding industrial sector, agricultural sector, the consumption details are not shown. So here if you observe, water heating 10%, lighting 10%, the electronic devices 8%, laundry appliances, air conditioning, AC devices, kitchen appliances. So if you observe this energy consumption, so in all these categories, which is most important to us? In all these categories, which one is most important to us? Can't we not keep ourselves away from some devices which are shown here? Can't we not keep away ourselves from some of these devices? Are all these devices very essential for us? So in the olden days, if you consider, like my father was telling, when he was a student, they used to read under kerosene lamp. Not even, there was no electricity to their village. So no chance of lighting or fan loads. So only they used to study under the kerosene lamp. So that was the situation in those days. And people who have studied like that in the olden days, they have raised to great people. Some of them have become very good professors, scientists, etc., etc. But today, we are very comfortable. Having electricity. So, even if there is interruption to supply, we have alternate source in our premises. That is, we have inverters. But if you compare the lives which our older people have lived in those days. So without electricity, they have done wonders. Without electricity, they have done wonders. Today, are we doing any challenging things with electricity? Are we doing any challenging things with electricity? Are we doing any quality of work? Are we doing any quality of work today compared to the olden days? No. I can definitely say we are not doing any quality of work compared to the people who have done in the olden days. So really, if you think of all these devices, do you really require all these devices? Okay, lighting, it is compulsory. Fan loads, compulsory. What about the water heating, electronic devices, laundry devices, air conditioning? Do we need all this devices really? No, we are unnecessarily increasing the number of loads on the network. We are unnecessarily increasing number of loads on the network. Wait a minute, I will show you one more presentation. So the same information. So list of home appliances: air conditioning, oven, electric water boilers, vacuum cleaners, refrigerator, handheld blender, coffee maker, toaster. Okay. And even we are using this what you call that shaving machine. Can't we use a blade simply and shave? We will require a machine for that. So we are inventing new devices, electric devices, electronic devices, due to which we are increasing the burden on the electricity network, and we are becoming very lazy. We are becoming very lazy because machines are doing whatever the work we are supposed to do. Machines are doing the works which we are supposed to do. So we are becoming lazy, and for us also, day to day, the health issues are increasing because there is lack of work. People are sitting idle by watching TVs, by watching these mobiles, chit-chatting with each other without using any useful work. Okay, so all those things, they are not required here. So these are some of the home appliances. So similarly, I can show you many equipments. What are the equipments? So for entertainment, so many equipments here you can observe. Walkmans, TV, electronics, football, players, optical media. Next, for computing facilities, you can see how many number of devices we are using: PCs, laptops, communication purpose, land phones, mobile phones, whatnot. The equipment which are mentioned here, we may not be using actually. Some foreign countries, they may be using all these devices. So some of we may not have gone through these terms. So battery chargers, air multipliers, cameras. So to charge their batteries, again we need some charging machine. This is not. So electric razors, clock radios, cordless electric drills, power strips, smoke detectors. For even health, we are using so many devices. You see, the second item, the electric toothbrush. So do we need this electric toothbrush for brushing our teeth? See how silly the things are. Heart rate monitor. So if you are doing some physical work, what is the necessity to monitor your heart rate? If you are doing some physical work, automatically your heart works to do. There is no need to monitor its rate of function. So here, honestly, we have invented this device, heart rate monitor, pacemaker, this pedometer. So are all these things required actually? Hearing aids. So if someone is deaf, naturally he has to use some device. But even a healthy person is using these earphones and headphones, hearing aids. Do you really require those things? And in the recent times, we are coming across Bluetooth devices, Bluetooth earphones, Bluetooth headphones. Again, for charging them, we are having some separate circuit, separate device. So like this, unnecessarily so many devices have been developed, which make the people lazy. Whatever we are earning, that finally we are spending for our health issues. So energy conservation. So it is the process of reducing the electrical consumption by some proper planning. Energy conservation is reducing the power consumption by following some proper planning. So where we can apply this energy conservation? Where we can apply this energy conservation? So starting from generation to distribution, tag end of distribution, at each and every stage, we can apply this energy conservation methods or energy conservation techniques, or we can follow this energy conservation from top to bottom. So in power generating stations, how we can conserve energy? So we can conserve energy by adopting optimal operation of the generators. Optimal operation of the generator means optimally allocating the load among the existing generators. So which results in less losses. That is optimization of the losses. So carrying out the periodical maintenance of all electrical equipment at the generating station, and going for optimal allocation of load among the generating station, among the generators in the generating station. So these things can help us to conserve electrical energy. But there is some statistical data also. By adopting so many processes or methods, how much amount we can save, how much energy can be saved in a year, like that. So generating station, we can apply this energy conservation. Next, transmission and distribution. So in transmission, the main parameter that is responsible for energy consumption is the power loss. Okay, so if you can reduce the power loss in transmission and distribution networks, so it not only reduces the annual charges, but also it saves the environment, transmission and distribution. Finally, it will be dissipated into the atmosphere in the form of heat energy. Okay, so if you can reduce those losses, you can save some amount. At the same time, you can preserve the environment. So, how to conserve the energy in transmission distribution? So, save. You have to carry out equipment maintenance. If there are any damaged equipment, you have to replace them with new equipment or carry out some maintenance of all those areas. And in recent times, people have developed some modern devices like track devices and distribution track devices. So you can select any one of them depending on the requirement. And if you apply devices in national lines and distribution lines, you can save the power and also maintain good voltage production. So by following the same procedures, same methods, you can reduce the loss in the transmission distribution system. You can reduce both technical losses as well as commercial losses in the transmission distribution. So, for various losses occurring in transmission distribution, all these parameters are responsible, like harmonic currents, full power factor of the load, full power factor of the load, as well as the electric equipment or electric components, aged electrical devices, unbalanced of loads. So these are all various parameters which give rise to losses. This is the commercial loss. So this is energy thefts and usage of low quality equipment, resulting in commercial losses. Okay. So always you should educate the people to use good standard equipment or good quality equipment. So if you use good quality equipment, no doubt you can reduce the monthly bill, and also it reduces the loss in the system. So loss are reduced, we are conserving the power, we are conserving the generated power. So in the domestic sector, power thefts, usage of low quality or low standard equipment, and using the electricity unnecessarily. So unnecessary means in the daytime, even though we are not doing any work, we are simply switching on the lights. Even though it is not good. So as far as possible, in the daytime, we should avoid usage of the lighting sources. If it is compulsory, you can use otherwise. You should stop using the lighting loads in the daytime. So in our homes, in our home, nobody bothers. So whether it is on or off. So lights will be going, fans will necessarily rotating. So even our organizations, government organizations, especially in colleges, so though there is no class, lights will be on, fans will be on, but there will be no staff or no student. Unnecessarily, we are wasting the energy. So the energy saved is energy generated. Energy saved is energy generated. So that everybody has to remember. So how to conserve energy? So we have some techniques or some methods which you are aware of. So optimization of loading of transformer. So we have to operate our electrical equipment in an optimized manner. So we have to use most efficient transformers, and we have to remove less efficient transformers. If we need any maintenance for the transformer, so that has to be taken up immediately. We should not postpone things. And if there is any leakage current, more power loss than prescribed, all those things should be addressed immediately, without delay. So if you are delaying means, you are delaying the maintenance means, we are unnecessarily wasting the electrical energy. Okay, so those things should be avoided. Similarly, day to day we are developing new materials. So we are using new materials for the construction of transformer. So which conserve the electrical energy. It may be costly process, but still, from energy point of view, we have to go for new design and materials for the manufacturing of transformer. So we can use the energy efficient transformers. So some transformers, probably due to manufacturing defect, their efficiency may be slightly less. But some transformers, so maybe inherently efficient. So it depends upon the manufacturer. So what type of material he is using, and what type of manufacturing process he is adopting. So that also plays a great role in the manufacturing of the equipment. And if a good quality or standard equipment is brought into the market and used in the grid, that will definitely give good efficiency and performance. So losses can be reduced. You can see these are all the various modern transformers used in the grid. So here is transmission line. you can go for the conductor, which gives less what you call appropriate material for the construction of the transmission line conductor, and the diameter should also be optimally selected, keeping in view of the present load as well as future load, such that the losses will be minimum and voltage drop will be minimum. So same thing can be applied to distribution line also. So this power factor also plays a great role in reducing the losses. So you divide the poor power factor, gives rise to more losses. So if such devices are there, better you replace that with a new device, or at least you use some power factor correction equipment. Such that the losses are reduced. This is a modern concept, demand side management. So you have to operate your grid. Based upon the actual necessity. So demand side management is managing the power generation based on the demand. Managing the power generation based upon the actual demand. That is what is called as demand side management. So there are so many techniques under this DSM, and in India, though it is a new concept, in India also, especially in discoms, they are using this DSM concepts, due to which the losses have been reduced compared to previous years. So after that, there are so many methods. Like here you can see one sentence. So you can shift the demand from high peak loads to low peak, from high peak periods to low peak periods, valley filling. Okay, shifting the load. Or if it is inevitable, interrupting the load, etc. So these are all various techniques used under this demand side management. Next, energy conservation in lighting systems. So the electrical lights, like incandescent light or fluorescent lamp or fluorescent light. So when you purchase a new lighting device, definitely in the initial days, it gives good brightness. But as it ages, definitely it will not give sufficient lighting, and at the same time, the consumption will be increasing. As it ages, the output will be less, the input will be increasing. So though the manufacturer has specified that the incandescent lamp gives 1,000 working hours and fluorescent lamp something like 4,000 working hours, you did not keep all those devices for those many hours. So probably after, even though it is in good condition, probably after 3 months or 6 months, you can replace those devices, even though they are in good working condition. Because the output will be reduced. That is, the light output will be reduced, and at the same time, because of aging, it will be consuming more electrical energy. So that you can test also in the laboratory. That is one. That is one procedure. Another one is instead of that old mechanical clamps and the fluorescent clamps, you can use the modern fluorescent lamps, that is compact fluorescent lamps, CFLs, LED lighting, etc. So which consume less input power, at the same time give better output. So for example, a 40 watts fluorescent lamp, if you use 300 lumens, for example, then a CFD lamp or LED lamp of just 3 watts or 6 watts will give the same light output. So you are constantly reducing the power input. So that is one method which can be adapted in all parts of the distribution and in the distribution also under various categories like residential categories, industrial, agriculture, commercial. So you are all places you can replace the old lighting lamps with the modern devices. So this is definitely will reduce the electrical energy consumption. This is the example in the below. The industrial like the existing lamp, the real lamp, 13 watts is there. Proposed lamp 9 watts. So the power savings is 31%. So like this. So it's not a big thing to compare. Layman can get. How much power we can save? Similarly, how much will the bill reduce? Electric bill will reduce. So here in street lighting, in the street or domestic, you can see the number of hours saved. So here in this particular flood lighting, which are using mercury or sodium, we can use halide lamps. So this gives much better light output by consuming less power compared to mercury lamps and sodium lamps. These are all high power rating devices. Sodium lamps, halogen lamps. So the rating will be nearly even 2 kilowatts also. The rating will be even 1.5 kilowatts, 2 kilowatts, and they also give rise to excess heat energy also. They dissipate more amount of heat also. But if you use LED lamps, just 100 watts or 200 watts LED lamp can give same output as that of 2 kilowatt sodium lamp, but at the same time the heat dissipated will also be reduced. So high pressure mercury lamps, high pressure sodium lamps. Replacing the filament lamps with LED lamps. will provide these slides. Let me just go through because my throat is not cooperating with me. Just I have some infection, so I am unable to even talk. So coming to this industrial sector, we find different types of motors, and the common problem that the common problem that arises with the industrial motors is low power factor and frequent wear and tear, or frequent faults, etc. So we have to continuously monitor. So because of these factors, poor power factor, frequent wear and tear, frequent internal faults, so the efficiency of the machine will be reduced. The efficiency of the machine getting reduced means it will be consuming more power, but its output performance will be reduced. Its net output will be reduced. So that you have to continuously monitor and provide continuous maintenance for the industrial loads, especially the motors. And you have to, at the same time, you have to see that the motor will not operate below its rated capacity. So under load conditions are not. If you consider under load conditions, if you unnecessarily operate the motor with under load, that is actually wastage of power. And at the same time, you should not even operate the machine with the overload conditions also. So it results in unnecessary wear and tear of the machine. So you have to apply proper load to the motors to maintain good life for that machine. And for most of the motors, we are using the starters. So instead of using the conventional starters, you can go for modern soft starters, which will not give rise to any sparking during their operation. And the wear and tear will also be very less in the modern starters. So these are some examples: grinding machine, lathe machine. So without soft starter, there is a conventional starter. With the soft starter, so how much saving is there in energy and saving in amount? And the industrial sector, definitely you have to use power factor correction equipment because most of the loads will be frequently switched on or switched off, depending upon the application. They will be frequently switched on or switched off. So it causes some power quality disturbance. It causes some power quality disturbance for the neighboring loads because all the loads are connected in the same network. So if one device is frequently operated, it will give rise to some switching problems, or that we call the switching tangent problems to the nearby or neighboring loads. So to protect the neighboring loads, we have to use some compensation equipment to keep the device healthy. To keep the device healthy, we have to use some compensation equipment. Power factor compensation equipment, voltage compensation equipment, reactive power compensation equipment, etc. So whenever a load is used in the network, you should make sure that this device will not give rise to any electromagnetic disturbances in the network, and also this device will not get affected by the already existing electromagnetic disturbance in the network. So that is what is called as electromagnetic interference and electromagnetic compatibility. So you have to always use the machines having good compatibility characteristics. So those things will be defined by the IEEE and IEC group. So high efficiency motors, low efficiency motors, you can see the performance. So the energy conservation techniques that can be adopted in various cases, like municipal buildings. So preventing wastage and leakage in AC system, division of contact maximum with the MSCDL, improving the power factor to unity, use of electronic ballast and tube lights, creating awareness of energy saving among the employees. Similarly, street lighting, using microprocessor based circuit timers. So energy efficient components for street lighting. So street lighting, you might be observing while going on the road. In some areas, there may not be any human being moving here and there. So less congested areas, once in a while only, a few people will be wandering here and there. In such areas, you need not actually require any street lighting. For example, in a busy area, if you are providing an electric pole for providing the street light for every say 50 meters, in less congested areas, you can construct an electric pole for every 100 meters or 150 meters. Okay, it is only for the purpose of some lighting, that's all. You don't need a very concentrated light source in less congested areas. So like that you can properly plan the street lighting. Suppose in the night times, in some areas you can simply switch off the lights, or you can alternately switch off the lights. For example, let us say we have the light poles for every 50 meters, like first kilometer, 50 is of first one, second one, third one. So the middle one can be switched off. The middle one can be switched off in the mid times. So like that. So making some alternating lighting. Next, hospital. Use of electronic ballast and tube lights, adapting solar water heating system, creating awareness of energy saving among the employees. So this is a common one, creating awareness of energy saving among the employees and the people. It is a common one in any of the cases. Next, water supply, improving the power factor unity. Water supply means this municipal water supply. Use of time of day tariff, replacement by efficient pumps, by undertaking water added project. So with respect to this water pumps, so there may be some internal defects or even small what we call inspect forms in the equipment. Like you might be observing some small sparking, but even then people won't bother. So they'll be just like that using those equipments. So those devices after some time, that the inspect fault may develop into a major fault and they may damage the equipment. So as long as the inspect fault is present, it will be simply wasting the energy, and finally it is loss for the person also, because they have to replace the winding etc. when the machine gets damaged. So such things can be avoided. Similarly, sewage pumping stations. So if we adapt to all these techniques, so you can see there is some net saving of money. This is some particular statistical information obtained from some Tamil Nadu Institute board. Same things can be carried out here also in our Andhra Pradesh. So this is our shown. So the same things which I have explained here. So that is again repeated. So finally, what I mean to say is, so in the earlier days we used to have conventional sources of energy. So the conventional sources are getting depleted. Now we are going for non-conventional energies. So after some time, we may face some problem with those non-conventional sources also. So like that, so we are, as we go on increasing the demand, naturally we have to go on increasing the supply also. So there will not be any limit for that. There will not be any limit for that. If we go on increase, the generation as well as consumption, do you know what problem we are going to finally face? What problem we are going to finally face in the future? Nobody is bothering about that one. Probably, of course, nobody is aware of that also. And that is nothing but electromagnetic pollution. Electromagnetic pollution. So each and every electrical device is going to emit certain radiation. Maybe very small in magnitude, or it may be somewhat considerable in magnitude. It varies from device to device. So if you use a standard equipment, then the radiation emitted by the device may be less in magnitude. So generally such devices are preferred. But if you use a low quality or low standard equipment, the cost may be less, but at the same time it is going to emit lots of radiation, electromagnetic radiation. So if radiation level increases on the earth, that is going to cause a lot of damage. It is going to cause a lot of problems in the future. Presently we are facing, but as per the available information in literature, the radiation emitted by electrical grid is higher than, or the pollution emitted by the electrical grid is higher than the pollution from any other company, or any other industry. What type of pollution we are generating from our electrical industry? Nothing but electromagnetic pollution. So it is going to cause dangerous effects in the future. And even the doctors or even the testing equipment may not detect what is the defect in you and due to which reason it has come. They may simply say it may be a hereditary tumor. But we cannot neglect the effect of electromagnetic radiation on the human beings and all the living beings on this earth. If you observe in the last 4 or 5 years, the heat is increasing, temperatures are increasing. Even in winter, we'll be feeling, it will be sweating even in the winter season. And if you observe, the rate of rainfall is also reducing. rate of rainfall is also reducing. We don't know, probably this electromagnetic pollution may be one of the reasons for the reduction in rainfall. We don't know, definitely, but definitely it will have some effect. So if we go on inventing new electrical devices and increase our electric consumption, finally, no electrical industry can supply power to our electrical loads, and definitely by the time that stage reaches, that means when the electrical people, the generating people, lift their hand that we are unable to supply power. So that may be a doomsday also. So we have to see that such situations will not arise. So let us conserve electrical energy for the sake of ourselves, for the sake of our next generation, for the sake of our Mother Earth, for the sake of our Mother Earth. So definitely all these devices, our home appliances, entertainment devices, computing devices, definitely all those devices will be emitting some radiations. So this is a brief presentation. So my health is not cooperating to give much more information. So I'm finding it very difficult even to talk. So I thank the management for the education department for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I think your health is not supporting, sir. You are facing much difficulty, but even though you have scheduled a session for us, we thank you a lot, sir.
For the last 2 days, I am facing this throat problem.
It's okay, sir. Even though you have given a good presentation on conservation, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, if any queries from anyone, you may ask.
I will I will mail this PPT, madam, to
Yes, sir.
the organizer. I think Suresh.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So they will share it to all the participants.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, on behalf of EEE department and our college management, we personally thank you, sir. As Dr. T. Gauri Manohar, sir, is IQAC director. Sir, hello?
Hello?
No, sir. Hello? Is there any questions from you, ma'am?
No, it's a nice presentation. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Is there anyone to speak or? So we personally thank Dr. T. Gauri Manohar, sir, IQAC Director and Professor in EEE Department of SV University. It's an honor to have you a guest speaker for the day 1 session 2, sir. Your abundant experience, hardworking nature, and thought-provoking knowledge, which helped us in many ways to conserve energy. Your session of conserving techniques may lead us to take beneficiary steps. Even though in spite of your difficulty with your throat, you have given a much more explanations, elaborative explanation. Thank you for that. The way how you have given the steps for beneficiary steps to preserve and conserve energy, many sort of ways. For that we are thankful, sir. Thanks for your presence in spite of your busy schedule and your health issues, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request all the participants to submit the feedback link Now I'm going to share the feedback link with you. So please submit the feedback. Feedback link has been shared in the chat box. Please submit the feedback link. If you have any queries, you may ask the sir, or else you can submit the feedback link. All the participants are thanking you, sir. And they were asking about the PPT also. I will share the PPT one at the last of the sessions on the 6th day of the STTP. We'll collect all the PPTs.
I will try to provide some more information, madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All are our electrical people, I think.
Yes, sir. Everyone was electrical, sir.
It will be useful for them for carrying out research or any consultation work, etc. So I will try to add some more slides, sir. And give it to them.
Okay, sir. We will collect the information from Suresh, sir, and we will forward to the participants, sir. Actually, they were messaging me personally in the groups. I will definitely share the
I will provide as much information as possible than what I have covered here.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
It will be useful for each and every.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Actually, today I didn't even go to college. I am on leave actually.
Oh, sorry, sir. We had
Morning I had one class, so that also it went on like this only. Some disturbance.
But
I have already committed. That I will engage this session. So I tried my level best.
Actually, we know you personally, sir. Because we are the SV University students and we know the attitude how you are going to share and the knowledge you want to share to the students. That all we know, sir. Personally, we know. But in spite of your health issues, also you have did well, sir. So that we have to thank you personally, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
The feedback link has been shared in chat box.
If anybody wants to interact with me,
yes, sir.
I'll give my phone number also to Suresh.
Yes, sir.
They can
Yes,
contact me, no problem.
Sure, sir. We will share the details also, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
And one suggestion to all the participants, if
Yes,
anybody is still in the research stage or yet to start the research, they can concentrate on this energy conservation and that electromagnetic pollution. That will be really useful for the society also.
I think they are lucky enough to have such a guide like you, sir. Actually, I have tried for your guideship, sir, but I missed it. I have finished my PhD under JNTU.
Okay.
But yes, sir.
No.
But earlier, I thought to work with you, sir, but I missed the guideship because at that time you are much busy. So, but now they are lucky enough to have you, sir, because your knowledge sharing was pretty much that will help them a lot, sir.
Gentlemen, I will not at any time keep quiet. I will be doing some work.
Yes, sir.
Because God has given this birth, so we have to always be busy with some work or the other. We should not be.
I think now the research scholars will be lucky enough to have you, sir.
Yes,
because you are giving suggestions and you are also asking them to work with you. So it will be much happy for them to work with you. So we will share the details of Gauri Manohar sir in the groups, and